Hello, everyone. This is Patrick. I'm one of the owners of Avenue 912. Thank you for joining us today. Very much appreciated. This is going to be a very special podcast, live stream, whatever you want to call it. We have Chris Karp joining us today from the Craw Puppies, the Love Pumps, Hessville Star, Midnight Ramblers, Mega Beatles. Shit, I don't know. There's a couple other ones in there, but he's going to be joining us today. Also, my buddy Steve Mitchuson, who is, for some reason, the guru of picking Super Bowl winners, and also one of my really good friends. So, thank you for joining us. Before we get to Chris and before we get to Steve, I just wanted to let you know what we have going on at the venue. We have Funny Girl Karaoke was just added last week, so that is going to be this Friday. Please come and join us. It's a free event. We're going to have a good time. Hopefully, Vanessa might sing. You never know. It's quite possible. Who knows if she sings or not? But there. So I just thought I would let you know. She's right across from me playing the live stream, trying to make me get off my game. We also added this week, we added Anthem's Grand Illusion, which is a Styx band that's on April 13th. They are a fantastic band out of Chicago, the Chicagoland area. If you haven't seen them, I think they played at the in Highland a couple of times. And they also played at the LaPorte Civic Center. A very good band. If you like Styx, this is the band for you. Tickets are on sale. You can get them at eventbrite.com or on our website at avenue912events.com. This weekend, I told you we have Funny Girl Karaoke with Tiffany. She's Tiffany Lidster. She's from Echoes of Pompeii and Mr. Funnyman. She hosts the Funny Girl Karaoke. It's a really good time. It's a lot of fun. No pressure. If you don't want to sing, nobody's forcing you to sing. Come have a good time. Have a couple drinks and watch and cheer on your favorite singer. That's on Friday. We don't normally have it on Friday. We normally have it on Wednesday. So this is a special event. Doors open at 7 o'clock and singing starts at 8 and ends at 11. So come see us. We also have the Mike and Joe Band, which is on February 10th, which is a Saturday. Doors open at 7. They play at 8, roughly 8 to 11. That is the homecoming of Aaron Harris. Aaron Harris is a guitar player from the region who has recently joined Mike and Joe, and he is a shredder. So if you haven't seen Aaron, great guitar player. Mike and Joe, they've been around for 30 years. As a matter of fact, I think I do have a clip of Mike and Joe. I'm going to... You got the music in you. Don't let go. You got the music in you. One damn step. This world is gonna pull you. Now don't give up. Got a reason to live. And can't forget. We only get what we give. Don't let go. So just a little snippet of what Mike and Joe play. Sorry about that. I cut you off a little bit. Right now, I would like to introduce Mr. Chris Karp. Come on over, Chris.
Oh, good evening, everybody.
There's Chris. I'm going to introduce Mr. Steve Mitchuson. Mr. Steve is right here. There's Steve, the guru of gambling, and as you know, many of you know, especially if you're a music fan in the area, we have Chris Karp, who's in many bands. We just talked about it. I know I missed one. Which one did I miss?
Did you forget to say Bravo Johnny? I think.
Oh my gosh, I did forget to say Bravo Johnny.
It out myself.
One of the staples of 912. I forgot to say Bravo Johnny. He's also in Bravo Johnny. He's a drummer. I'm sure the people that are watching know who he is. So they may not know who Steve Mitchuson is. Steve is one of my good friends. We grew up together. This is going to be our Super Bowl show. We have a Super Bowl party at Avenue 912, and that will be obviously this Sunday. Doors open at 7. Doors open at 4:30 p.m. and it's $15 cover. And what you get for the $15 cover is you get your meal. You get pizza, wings. I think it's tater tots, whatever, chips and salsa. There's a couple other things that are going to be available. It's a cash bar, but come and have a good time. Let us clean up your house party. Instead of having your house party there, have it at our place. We'll clean it up for you. And it's a good time, and it's relatively cheap. Anyways, hello, Chris. Hello, Steve.
Hello.
Hello, Patrick.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, it's going to be a good time.
Where do you want to start this at tonight?
So we're
going to talk about the guru part, not a guru, not a guru. Just because I win more than you doesn't make me.
Well, that's very true, and he does win more than I do. So, but again, I wanted to preface this. We're going to make some picks tonight, but gamble at your own discretion. Please do not use our picks. We're no better than anybody else. We're just telling you our picks. If you want to use them, go ahead. If you don't, probably a good idea. But we're gonna have a good time. I see we have a couple of comments already. We have Art. Art from Hail Mary says, "Much love and respect, Carp." Oh, that must be nice. Look at all that.
Thanks, Art. Man.
And we got Tom Grisafi watching from the airplane.
Oh, wow.
I can hardly do that. He's got emojis and shit. So
my 50-something-year-old eyes ain't working.
He said we couldn't curse.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't a curse. We are going to have a good time, and we are. We hope that you also, have a good time with us. If you want to chime in, please do. I'll try to get to you. I might not be able to, but we will always look at the comments either today or later on, a little bit later. And we'll have a good time. So we do have a comment that says very nice mustache, Steve Mitchuson.
Block her or something?
Can we block her? She's actually sitting across from me. Usually she doesn't, but this is a kind of a family affair tonight, so we're not taking this quite as seriously as we normally do. But that's okay. This is going to be a fun one. All right, so let's get into it. Before we do, I want to say that Chris is a big Steelers fan. Obviously, I think everybody knows.
Culture shock.
I think everybody knows Steve's a big Steeler fan, but he does have his opinions on this Super Bowl. Steve is a big money fan. He loves money. He just wants to win. He doesn't care. He has no team. He's got a nice stash. But and of course, I just want to have a good time. So I love the Bears, but they suck. So maybe next year. That's what I always say. All right, let's go. So, Steve, what do you have to say? Tell me a little bit about yourself before we even start. Who are you? Why should we listen to you?
Yeah. Well, again, don't listen to me. Start with that. But I know I've been doing. I would meet my dad and brother for years in Vegas, or Laughlin, or Reno, and every year for the Super Party, it's kind of like our for the Super Bowl. It was kind of like our get together thing. So we would scurry to the sports books, and for the Super Bowl props, they always had a sheet of paper, and you just mark it with a pencil and turn it in. So I was playing a lot of fantasy football then, and got the family time in Vegas and Laughlin, and then we would spend time chatting up our picks and what we were going to do. And then, I'd have $500 on something and lose over a yard while my dad cheers because he won $1 on it. He like bet 10 cents and won $1. So that always happens. So he might be more the guru, I guess, than me.
Well, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as far as the sports betting and stuff, until I got my new phone, I didn't have enough, not enough, memory on the thing.
Yeah.
And Since I bought this new phone, it's the most expensive phone I've ever owned.
Because you can get FanDuel on it. You can get
Might as well gamble.
But I got to tell you, I was going to the boats for a while there, and I'd play slots, and that was worse than FanDuel for me. $10 safe. If I put it on something on a given night, at least it lasts 3 hours. $10 on a slot machine, 10 seconds. You know what I mean? So I'm not advocating anything like that, but I don't know. I know I felt like this year I've gotten a lot better at it. I'm not in the hole as bad. And I've actually was able to take some money out on occasion and put it back into my, I just did it a couple weeks ago in my account, so that's good.
Are you still betting on men's over 40 cricket at 3 a.m?
I did.
Chris likes to bet
New Zealand basketball at 4 a.m. Yeah,
Chinese basketball,
Japanese baseball. Yeah. It's on, and it's really for the most part sober betting when I'm doing this. That's it makes it even worse, I guess, to a certain degree. You think, this is a bad idea. Usually bad ideas come with alcohol, but no, this is usually straight up just bad decisions. No, but I've gotten lucky on some of that stuff. But the football stuff is, one of my favorites. And for me, I like I don't know. I tend to do things that a lot of people find foolish, which I was talking to Pat a little bit ago. I put on too big of a leg parlay. Like I think I won't even go into it today, but there's, I think, what did I say? One of them was like
11. You had 11 and a 13 leg parlay. That's why.
I don't think the show's long enough to go through all those.
No.
That's what I said. So we're gonna not gonna do 13 leg parlays today.
I have some smaller ones that I think, but I like to take. I'm not taking like super which has burned me in the past. I'm not taking like super big ones. I'm doing a lot of there'll be negative 500, and I'm thinking I'll stack up a bunch of those guys, and I've done pretty good with that on occasion this year, and just trying to put some prop bets on, not like on the Super Bowl this year. I don't think I took on any of my bets. I don't think I put anything where it was who's the decisive winner of the game, because I just don't know how I feel about that yet. And
I know who's winning.
We may get there.
I know who's winning. Don't worry. You'll get to mine pretty soon. But before
Swifty bets, did you see? I'm not sure which.
Do not be stealing my thunder, Mr. Mitchuson. Do not be stealing my thunder about the Tay stuff. It's coming soon. But just so everybody knows, hey, please gamble within your means.
Yeah.
Do not gamble because we tell you to gamble. We're just having a good time here. We're just three guys. Please gamble responsibly. Don't gamble if you have a problem. And that's the only disclaimer that we're going to have today. But we're going to have a good time. Again, Sunday, 4:30, 912. We got a gigantic screen. We're going to have a good time. There's going to be a lot of open area. If you get claustrophobic in bars, that will be a good time to come to 912.
I guess I know where I'm going.
Yeah, I hope you are.
Sounds like you're taking us to a commercial break. Are we going to a commercial break?
No, we're not going to commercial break. You have no commercial breaks.
Sounds like an intro to a commercial break.
Oh, that was a bit of a 912 commercial break.
Oh,
but
I thought maybe you're going to sell some K-Tel records or something.
It is kid friendly. I got another message. It says, "Is it kid friendly?" It is kid friendly. This is a family friendly event. We're not a bar. We are a venue. We happen to have a bar, but we're a venue. So if you do want to have a good time at the Super Bowl, however, you don't want to have that mess at home, come to Avenue 912. It does cost $15, but with $15, you are fed. So it's a good time. And yeah, tots. Is that what I don't know? Tots.
I spent like $11 at McDonald's today, so that's a deal.
Yeah, right.
And I had 2 hamburgers and a fry and a Coke. One like some exquisite. Not even a cheeseburger.
Oh,
hamburger.
All right, Steve. You get the very first pick. What would you like to let us know to bet? What should we bet?
Yeah. So I would say I like a lot of the rushing stuff. So
you like the rushing stuff.
A lot of the rushing stuff so like I feel like with the way the defenses are, They both have good secondaries. I like the 49ers. I like Christian McCaffrey. I like a lot of the rushing bets.
Okay.
So I'm going to go. My first one is a little out there, but I like Brock Purdy over 40 yards rushing.
Wow.
40.
Wow, you went.
Wow, you teased it up.
Well, he's been running a lot in the playoffs, and I think they found something, and I think they're going to use it. So I think he's going to have some scramble runs, but I think he's also going to have a couple design runs for him.
I hear you on that, but 40, because I think the over-under is like 13
and a half.
Yeah, 13, 14,
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Well, if you're feeling that way, man.
So what is that? So what is it? Plus what?
It was like plus 635.
Okay. So for what people, what that means is if you bet $100 on that, you would win $635. It's a plus 635. If you bet $10 on that, you would win $63.50. So
Guru bet $1 on that, so that's $6. I bet more.
I think Joe Grassafi, as a matter of fact, going to bet that right now. It looks like he's.
He's shaking his head and going straight for the liquor.
$950.
Plus 950. It's plus 950, Steve. That's
Wow.
a big bet.
I didn't write it down.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you were prepared for this. So, all right. So that's your very first one. How about you, Chris? What's your first bet? Because I got mine.
Let's see. I mean, because
listen to me.
I'm not going to go over like the real big, exquisite long ones I got, but
Steelers by 20.
This one doesn't pay a whole lot, but I just feel it's a pretty. For some reason, I feel this is a safe bet.
Yeah.
If there is one.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, like getting 5 rush attempts, 4.5. You know, it's at 4.5. It's a negative 132, but I just feel that there's going to be some pressure coming at him from San Francisco, and the running's going to happen. Just even if he doesn't want to, he's going to end up having to run at times, you know. And then I didn't realize this, what you had mentioned to me earlier, Pat, that like if they take a knee at the end of the first half or something, that counts as a rush.
It counts as a rushing attempt.
So you know that. And how often do we see like with these teams? I mean, even when this team was in 2019, when both these teams played each other, it was close. It came down to the wire.
Yeah.
Last year's was another one, nail biter. You know, I mean, so. These Super Bowls, as of late, have been pretty good. They haven't been, they haven't really disappointed as far as action goes and stuff like that. It hasn't. When was the last blowout? It was wasn't the last blowout really more like the Buccaneers? It was the Buccaneers, Kansas City, right?
Yeah, Kansas City.
That was a kind of a blowout. I mean, compared to all the over the last 5 years or so, or 4 years.
What was that? What was Brock? You did Brock Purdy rushing attempts?
Yeah, he did 4.5.
No, but I also have. I took the Brock Purdy one on the I mean, I know yours is a bit more aggressive, but there's another one out there for 11. I don't know if it still is, at least last week when I put it on, 11.5 yards. So he's just got to rush for 12 yards. And that's going to, I think that.
Yeah. Well, I like that our first two are matching up. You got Brock Purdy rushing attempts, and I got Brock Purdy running out of the stadium.
Yeah, you got him.
So okay, my first one here is I'm a big Travis Kelce fan. So I like Travis Kelce. So Travis Kelce is going to have a pretty good game, but also I think Kittle is going to have a good game as well. And Kittle is the tight end for the opposite team, the 49ers. There's a bet on ESPN, and it says 12.5 receptions or over. I like that both of them. What it means by 12.5 receptions is that they have to either Kelce and or Kittle have to combine to get 13 receptions. If they get 13 receptions, I win. I like that bet. It's a plus 200 on ESPN. So I think it's a safe bet.
I like
that's a safe bet. It was a minus. What was it, minus 120 or something like that, and it was a boost. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that boost. I think that's a safe bet. So, anyways, Steve, you're next with your other one.
I don't know if you see Van Horst and Garrett likes him some Kelce too, so he's going with
6 catches. All right, I'll tell you what, 6 catches. I don't know if that's going to be enough for me. I think he needs to get about 8 or 9 for.
Someone look up that parlay.
Not that far away, but yeah, 6 catches, TD Kelce. I could see that. Absolutely. All right, Steve.
Yeah. So I'm just going with the next one, huh? Well, so I like the 49ers to win.
All right.
And I've got them at plus 265.
I don't like that one.
Win.
We're gonna battle on that one.
Not me.
All right. So you like them just to win, or
I like the 49ers to win, and I like them to win. So I got for plus 265 for them to win between 1 and 6. At plus 265. So
what do you mean 1 and 6? Oh, so they have to mean
they have to win.
Explain it.
Right. If they win by 7, I wouldn't win my bet. So if they win by 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, I would win the bet at plus 265.
Wow, that's a different kind of a bet. That's a little bit of aggressive, because if they do win and they win by more than 7, you lose.
And I can tell you pretty much all my bets are based around 49ers winning or rushing. So some of them I don't have 49ers winning. I just have, rushing. I feel like Shanahan's going to learn from Harbaugh, Baltimore losing to Kansas City by not running the football. So you got the best running back in the league, and you got Deebo Samuel, who's kind of a jack of all trades, but also runs. I think you bring Purdy into it with some runs, and I think they're going to control the game that way. A little old school, a little bit.
How many yards did Purdy have against Detroit? Because I know he ran quite a. I mean, I was just shocked at how much he ran.
Yeah, he ran a lot.
That's what made me think on this.
Well, I know he had a 20
how can you go against
yarder that they needed for a third down or something like that to. He's had some big runs, but I think they've kind of opened their eye. I think he's going to run a lot more, or at least keep them off balance with some more, maybe a couple more design runs. I'm not saying they're going to design 5 runs for him, but they might have a couple design runs for him, a little fake to Deebo and Purdy out the back door for 10, 15 or so. And that's where the 49ers have a great secondary, but the Chiefs do too, but you can run on the Chiefs. So got the best running back, you're going to run on the Chiefs.
You better, because you have the best running back in the league. Just so everybody knows, this is what we do on Sundays. We kind of sit down. Sometimes we have breakfast, sometimes not, but a lot of times we do have a little breakfast. Sometimes at Steve's house, he makes some good breakfast, and we talk football. That's what we do. I love music. He loves music. He loves music, but we also love football, and this is our week, right? So we are going to have a good time. Chris, what do you got for your next one?
How big is your screen at Avenue 912?
How big is the what?
How big's your screen the Super Bowl is going to be on?
So the Super Bowl, thank you for asking. I wish I had the exact answer, but it's probably
on the spot. It's a monster though.
It's huge. It's probably anywhere from 20 wide to 14 high. It's a big screen TV. So you will not miss a thing on the Super Bowl. But thank you.
That could be the largest screen the Super Bowl is being played on in the region. I'm not making any promises, not putting a bet on it, but you might have the biggest.
I think you're right. As a matter of fact, I think Tony Hobson told me that today. He goes, I think this is the biggest screen that will be in the region for the Super Bowl. And I'm like, I don't know about that for sure, but
unless they open up the drive-in again.
That was awesome. That was right. You and
Joe. I used to be able to see it out my back door.
You saw all the movies.
If anyone has any questions or whatever, or have props, firing it up.
I see Vanessa just piping in left and right.
Yeah, anyone but Vanessa. So if anyone has a question but Vanessa.
So, all right, Chris, what's your next bet?
I'm trying to on this one. I'm splitting it between both teams, and again, these are like prop bets, which means it's like certain players have to achieve a certain goal or something like that. Look at it more in that way. What I did is I have it spread between on this one I got four 49ers ones and a couple of Kansas City Chiefs ones on this one. This one, and it's a 1, 2, 3. It's a 6 leg, which is starting to get a little excessive, I guess. But I don't think I didn't take anything too crazy in my opinion. That's why I like this bet. And it's a plus 737. So once again, if you were to bet $10, it's going to pay out $83.72. So I like that because maybe it might cover my butt on a different bet that I'm doing. That's the idea, is to
Always
not
cover yourself.
Yeah, cover your butt.
not just one team. I like to try to mess around with both because I never know.
Always cover
You
your
don't
butt.
know how it's gonna fly. But I got George Kittle going over. He's gonna have to have 49 receiving yards because it's 48.5. Travis Kelce, I like this one a lot. Over 6.5 receptions, so he gets 7. George Kittle over 3.5 receptions, which is not as aggressive as that one that you were talking about earlier, Steve. I know that. Or
That
was
was mine.
Was that yours?
That was mine,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
was it
that's
13?
I'm looking at that right. That's 11. I don't like
Okay.
that. I want more than that. 13.
And then is it Brandon Ayuk? Ayuk. I got him at 40 alternate receiving yards, and then Rashee Rice at 40 plus yards, and then I have McCaffrey because I always find him to be he ends up receiving he's never just a rusher.
Sure.
He ends up catching. I think 25 is a pretty safe bet because he
Yeah.
he gets the ball. He's going for another 6-7 yards
Yep.
every time he catches
From
it.
like 33.
So that's what I thought on that one. That was just another
So that was
idea
10
I
that
had.
paid 83.
Yeah, it was a 10 that paid 83.
So $10 would pay 83. So $100 would pay $832. Again,
Yeah.
don't advocate,
Yeah.
betting $100. But some people, if you have the means,
I mean,
go ahead. If you don't, then don't.
If you own a yacht, go ahead. If you own a Transit Connect, probably not your best bet.
I see Garrett Van Horsen says that he likes Pacheco, Kelsey, Ayuk, and McCaffrey for anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
I kind of like that too. I don't know what the odds are on that, but
McCaffrey to score 1 was like minus 210. So I'm not sure if Garrett means to combine them all into a parlay.
I'm guessing it's a parlay. Pacheco, Kelsey, Ayuk, and McCaffrey.
Kelsey, Ayuk.
I'm guessing it's a 4-team. He's got probably a 4-team parlay. That's a parlay means you all have to hit in order for you to win. So if Pacheco, Kelsey, Ayuk, McCaffrey all scored touchdowns in that game, he would win. Yeah, go for it all. Yeah, he would go for all 4. He would win whatever the spread is, and I'm not sure what that spread is for that particular bet.
I have to put it in and check on it. And also it depends on what service you're using. Are you using FanDuel? Are you using DraftKings?
ESPN.
Right. They're all kind of similar, but some are paid better than others. And there's, I know with FanDuel, they haven't even released there's going to be some other special bets that are coming out for another 5 days. I just saw that today on there. So I want to hold a couple bucks around just for just because
don't put them all right now. It's a Tuesday.
Right. Yeah. So,
wait till Saturday, Sunday.
Right. I think
we can deposit more.
Yeah.
Garrett. So he's got McCaffrey for MVP, which I got that one too. I've got I actually did one for McCaffrey, and I also did Debo. Debo, I think, was plus 1,000.
Really? Plus 1,000?
And McCaffrey was plus 450. So if I'm sticking with the rushing fame, and you got the best rusher and 49ers winning, then I like McCaffrey. And he's catching, you got him for 26. So if he can catch a couple, they've got him for minus 210 to score 1 touchdown. So if he gets 2, so if 49ers win, McCaffrey gets, say 1 touchdown, probably 2. And, they've got him for 90 yards rushing is where they have him in the middle. So 90 yards rushing and 30 yards receiving, that's pretty good, MVP talk.
Sure, for sure. Usually it's the quarterback, but not always. Not always. Yeah. So
and that's why you get the odds. I think the odds on the quarterbacks are a plus.
I'm sure Mahomes is probably a lot less than that.
Yeah.
It's 160, I think, for Mahomes, maybe 130 or vice versa, something like that. But
yeah. Well, I have a couple more, but I'm going to just give you one more, and then I'll give you the good one at the end. But Debo, I have 1 rush and 1 reception. It's on FanDuel. 1 rush, 1 rushing touchdown, and 1 receiving touchdown. It's a plus 3,000. Wow. That's kind of a far-fetched bet, but for 3,000 plus 3,000. That's it could happen. And I will tell you, Joe's Grisapi sitting right there. He's the one that gave me that bet. So it's probably going to be a loser. So don't bet it.
Those are
$5.
fun.
So $5, yeah, you're paying, you're getting some really good coin on that. So 60 bucks, right? That's what. Oh,
150.
5 for 150. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I really like that bet.
That actually would have been my favorite thing about like if the Lions made the Super Bowl, because they do all kinds of craziness
Crazy
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
I can still see, the Chiefs throwing to a lineman, handing to a lineman,
I could
stuff
see
like
that.
that. I can see them
Yeah.
going a little crazy.
Yep. All right. Last one, Steve. Give me your best bet. Or
Jeez.
give me, I shouldn't say your last one. But it looks like you're in a prison, by the way. Are you in a prison?
I get that all the time.
Because it looks like you're like in a prison. I'm like, where is he at?
Yeah. You don't get this in a prison now, do you?
So I'm
I'm
sorry.
in my dining room with the shades shut.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's nice. Making
That's it.
sure you have
Well, I
the
was trying
shade.
to keep
Thought there might be sound panels for acoustics.
well, you're a drummer, so that's what you would think. Yeah.
I'm deaf.
Pat thinks prison, but it's my dining room. Surprise.
All right.
So the one pick. Oh man, one last one, huh? I'm gonna go with the octopus.
What?
The octopus at plus 1400.
What does that mean?
So that's going to be the person who scores the touchdown will also score a 2-point conversion right after it.
Wow.
The octopus. So I'm thinking Kelsey.
You ever heard of that?
You might do that.
I've never heard of that my whole life, and I've
8
been
points.
around.
I get the number.
I've been around a
And
while.
it's fun to say.
I get it now.
Fun to say. It's got a lot of arms.
So Kelsey, you don't know it doesn't have to be Kelsey. It can be anybody.
You don't have to pick, but it's plus 1400. Super long shot. Who
Huh.
knows if they'll go for 2? I do have one that both teams will attempt a 2-point conversion too. So I know you said last one. I'm breaking your rules.
No, that's okay. No, we're not 100% done, but go ahead. So we'll come back to you. So that one is the octopus. I never heard of that term. That's the first time. I thought I'd been around football for a very long time. I never heard the octopus, but I understand 6 and 8 or 6 and 2 gets you the 8.
It was turned by a sports writer about, I don't know. Probably Garrett probably knows. He follows all the football stuff. He goes like he knows he's an announcer for Griffith
Yeah.
for the high school football. But he probably knows that stuff. I don't know that stuff. But it was some sports writer termed it, but that's what it is.
Okay. And that's plus 1400, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does it have to be right after?
Yeah.
It
Yep.
does. It has to be so. It has to be the
Same
touchdown
person
and then the
scores
2 points.
And the same person, right?
Yeah.
2 point, yep.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a tough one, man.
Yeah,
I would
like
have guessed it would be more than 1400.
right.
I don't think
Yeah,
the
I'd
running
rather
back.
see it at like 3,000 or something like that. So. But they might be thinking Kelsey too. And if they hit it, you're like, oh wow, the guru nailed it again.
You know what? We're going to keep this tape. This tape is going to be for posterity. We're going to go back and we're going to look at it after the Super Bowl, and then we're going to find out who was right, who was not right.
I'm going to dig in on
Garrett
some
does
of the
not know
bets.
who coined it.
Lord, let me.
All right. We got Mr. Carp's going to be doing the next one.
Something I like. I know it's just one, but I went with both, not on the same thing, but I did them separate. I put Brock Purdy as a yes and Patrick Mahomes as a yes on an interception. I mean, I just feel it's a pretty safe.
I like that.
Safe thing. Pat's been throwing a few lately. I mean, in these games, I've seen it. Sometimes, I mean, more than I've used to seeing him throw in a given season this year. Honestly, I've seen a lot of interceptions come out of him. The pressure gets on you pretty hard. Someone tips a ball. I mean, it's just totally, so you could.
That's a good one.
Not even be like playing a crap game as a quarterback, and then that lineman tips that ball intercepted.
Right.
I mean, it's
what is that? What's the after that?
The Purdy one is a minus 110. So I mean, $10 will get you 1909. I mean, it's not huge money, but I'm not. These are just some smaller ones. Just to maybe pad myself along the way and trying to so I don't beat myself up too bad. And then I got Patrick Mahomes as an interception. His is a negative 115, so his pays $10 will pay 1870.
Gotcha.
And
hey.
And one last one, real quick, that I like which I think is a pretty decent bet. Christian McCaffrey, just to score 2 touchdowns. Any way he does it, he could catch it, he could run it. 2 of them. $10 will pay $36, and I just took that as a single bet. Also, I thought that was
What was
pretty
that?
good one. This one here, Christian McCaffrey plus 260 on a $10 will pay $36
Nice.
to get 2 touchdowns in the
Yep.
whole game. Because I mean, I've seen him do. There's been how many games where he's gotten multiple touchdowns? You know
Oh
what
yeah,
I mean,
100%.
not saying it's a lock, but I just like the odds of that with him because they get down close to that goal line, they're going to be looking for him to do some damage, in my opinion.
Do you
So
know if
my-
you can parlay that? Oh, look, what is this?
That's my last one. That's my last bet. So
All
my
right.
last bet is it's a plus 1100 that if the Chiefs win, that Travis Kelce will propose to to Taylor Swift on the field, plus 1100. That's not huge odds. So they really think it's going to happen.
He might have to
think
fight
it's going
Andy
to happen
Reid.
too.
I can tell you if it does happen, it's a minus 7,000 on Chris Carp throwing up, because I will throw up if that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know why all the hatred, but I mean, come on,
I
man.
ain't hating
Look
all
at-
over the place. Oh, give me a break. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
Travis Kelce. I'm not. I don't know. Enough said.
No, I want to hear more. Hear more about this plus
Well,
7,000
I'm Travis
to throw
Kelce.
up.
I ain't dating no Taylor Swift. I'll put you that way.
Why not? She's a billionaire.
Don't forget your
Yeah,
girlfriend might be watching.
She's going to write a song about him,
Yeah. There we go. That's what's going to happen.
just like you're going to write a song about Vanessa.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on that song. That's a long time, but I was just waiting.
Well,
We're going to have to get some money to Madeline so she can put that bet down.
I hope
Madden-
San Francisco wins, so I don't have to deal with this.
Right, that's true. If San Francisco wins,
Yeah,
that's
there
not
ain't-
happening.
There ain't gonna be no. The
There's no
party's
proposal.
over at that
So,
point.
so where are you guys at? You're at you think Kansas City, Pat? You got 49ers?
I do. I have Kansas City. It says minus 1.5. So I will take Kansas City. That is my best bet of the overall. That's what I think is going to happen. I just don't see. I mean, I like the quarterbacks. I like Brock Purdy, but I love Patrick Mahomes, and I think it comes down to the quarterback play. And quarterback play is the ultimate in terms of Super Bowls. And
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, I think, is better than Brock Purdy. Now, Brock Purdy has way more weapons than
Way more.
weapons than Patrick Mahomes.
Few more
Yeah, he's
ways
got-
up.
He's got to come up with his A game. I mean, to pull this thing. I mean,
Well, and that's the thing too, because even if he has his A game, he's his outside of Kelsey and Rashi Rice is stepping up late. Pacheco, being
I'm
banged
talking about
up,
Purdy's
a little
going to have
better,
his A game.
Purdy's going to have that as A game, but
Mahomes has got the
Mahomes-
experience, and that goes. a long
Mahomes
way.
is
I don't
Mahomes,
think
man.
so.
I don't bet against him.
Yeah,
I'm
I
done.
think Purdy doesn't need his A game because he's got McCaffrey and Debo.
No.
They could just run it, but he's still got to keep him honest.
So we'll
Yeah.
see.
We can't be having a bunch of interceptions, and then next thing you're in the hole. By
You need
Pick-
interceptions. You got that
well,
problem.
right. But I'm saying if Brock was to have a real nervous game, and he throws 2 or 3 interceptions, and 2 of them get run back for pick sixes, you got yourself a hole to dig out of then. And when I think if any team puts themselves in that position, it's gonna be hard to come out of. I mean, I know that San Francisco did it, against Detroit, and wow, that was something else to watch them come back in that game. But I just I think if someone makes whoever makes the most mistakes is going to get burned in the end on this thing, and it usually is in football, of course.
Yeah.
You got to really. There's not much room for error in a Super Bowl usually. 9 out of 10 times. It's very rare when we see like that one Super Bowl when Denver got their butt kicked by Seattle. Man, that was like a and then that started on a fluke with that what was that snap went over Peyton Manning's head, and then the whole thing just went south out of the gate. Man, it was like on the first play or
That
whatever.
was 10 years ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I live in the past, man.
I was gonna
It's
say,
been a while.
you don't remember the blowout from the '85 Bears?
Well, I remember
Well,
that.
of course, I think everybody remembers that. I don't know what it means.
Get rid of the side thing.
Joe said, "Get rid of the side thing." I don't even know what he's talking about.
Well, I think
Oh, get rid of Taylor Swift. Oh, are you kidding me?
yeah, my anger management just went down a little bit more.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think,
So we got Tracy says Madeline thinks it's going to happen. She'll probably watch just for that, the Tay stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta watch myself.
Yeah.
Here.
100%.
Her mom is going to put 100 on it for her. Very good. Very good momming right there. Get her
That-
gambling early.
Absolutely. That is 100% good momming. And then we got Russ Dewis says, hey, Vanessa, hi. So she said,
How about
Hi.
this one?
dash hole. Well, that's Dash.
Oh,
He's gonna make a
Chris
pick
didn't
too.
understand.
He's a little camera shy, but he's going to make a pick.
Oh,
yeah,
hey, what's Dash going to say?
He's going with Mahomes and Kelsey both to score a touchdown.
I thought you liked San Francisco.
That can still happen. They're mutually inclusive. It can happen.
I guess.
I got one for you guys. I mean, 'cause
Plus
I'm-
925.
Wow. Plus 925 is Mahomes and Kelsey.
Kelsey, yeah.
That could happen.
What do you guys think about like the
Kelsey
over under on this game? Have you put much thought into that at all in this one?
What is the over?
You know what? I have to take a quick
I
look.
don't know what the under.
I mean, because this could be a high
I
score.
get it, Garrett. Swift
situation.
rod. I get it, G.
I mean, both teams are high power offense. So let's see here. Let's see what the over under is. At least on
our
FanDuel.
dog's getting a bone or some shit.
Oh, Lord,
Vanessa's running around.
I gotta get the proper thing up here.
Yeah. Your dog's checking Dash out. I'll keep
Okay.
Dash off camera. My fault.
He's like, give me the digits.
So the over under on FanDuel is 47.5 on this.
Which one, Chris?
The over under on FanDuel for this is 47.5. That's the line.
Oh, the over-under for
Both
the
at negative 110.
Yeah, so that's a pick 'em, basically. It's a pick 'em. So what do you think? Do you think they're going to score more than 48 points total? Or do you think they're going to score less than 48 total? I mean, that's a good line. That's a very good line.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight one because you scored what? But if each team was to score 14 in each half,
28,
there's your
48
right there.
Yep.
You know,
Look
which
at
is
you
not
mapping and drumming.
that's a
can drum
touchdown
and
every
you can
quarter.
map.
Only, you know,
It is.
that I think I'd lean towards the over.
I think Chris is betting there as we speak.
If I had to pick it,
I got to stick with the a lot of rushing in this game, a lot of Pacheco, a lot of McCaffrey. So I'm with that. I have to go with the under. Not by much though. I feel like they nailed it, like 47.5.
47.5 is a very, very solid line.
Touchdown a guy, per team per
It
quarter,
is.
which
It
is
is
crazy, you know.
But it's also not crazy not to get that either.
Right,
So
right.
that's why I'm like, it's a good, it's iffy. And then I think I had the Kelsey Swift proposal. It was 92% said it was not going to happen. 8% said it was going to happen. It's only a plus 1100 for some reason.
But Madeline said it's going to happen.
Good. Me and Madeline are on it.
How long they've been going out? Like what? 3 months?
Does it
2 months?
matter?
I don't know.
Come on, man. It's Taylor Swift.
Okay. Hey, I hope, to a certain degree, I hope it does because I got some stuff from her that I bought that I want to put on eBay.
Danielle, hey, what's up? She said, I know these guys. And then we got Art says, hey, Chris. Arthur Matthews.
Okay.
Matthews.
All right, huh?
And then we have
Art.
Vanessa. Reiterate 912 has a Super Bowl party. Wow. Wow, she's always promoting.
The boss.
Damn, the boss is promoting.
Yeah.
We do have a Super Bowl party. Starts at 4:30. Oh, there she is behind me.
There's Ben.
And Ben, there's the boss of the house.
He likes to steal pizza on Super Bowl parties.
He stole Chris's
Yes,
pizza.
I was a victim.
Yes, he does. But yes, we have a Super Bowl party at Avenue 912, 4:30 Sunday, and it will be a good time. No pressure. If you want to come, it'd be great. If you don't, have a good time watching the game. No matter where you're at, be safe.
Yeah.
Do not gamble more than your means.
Yeah.
And then, it's all going to be fun. Hope you hit your square or 2 or 3 or 4. And good luck, everybody. Anybody else have anything that they want to end with?
Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
I got one last one.
Of course you do. You always do.
But it's not for me though, because I'm not going for the Chiefs. But if you like the Chiefs, There's one that
I do.
the Chiefs will be losing in the fourth quarter and come back and win.
Oh God,
I-
no, that's
I kind of like that.
Money plus 500. So they'll be down in the fourth quarter, but we'll win at plus 500.
So what happens if they're not down in the fourth quarter? Is it no bet? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They have to
Interesting.
be losing.
I will tell you this. I just heard that stat that the last 12 times that Patrick Mahomes was down in the playoffs, not Super Bowl playoffs, in his career, he's 10-2. That's pretty impressive.
wow.
10-2 when
Yeah,
he's been
never-
down.
He's never been on a worse team than he is right now, though.
They're going to win,
They got
Steven.
a good defense. It's a best defense they've had, but he's hurting out there. And what you were saying earlier that he's got to have his A game,
He does.
to win, but he could have his A game and still lose if you get some drop balls by some of these guys.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what makes Super Bowl fun.
Should. We'll
Um,
make Super Bowl fun.
One last thing. What do you guys think about? I mean, yesterday I saw some stuff, which I wasn't really thrilled about. How San Francisco's playing on UNL LV's field and the thing's soft, and it's like, what's that all about? I don't know if that's
So
that's some disadvantage, and they're hoping like the field's going to kind of correct itself out from day to day, as it won't hopefully be as soft as it is. But I mean,
I did see that.
I think you got to keep that. Everything needs to be dead even as much as possible. If you can't,
I agree, but I think San Francisco is making a little bit.
too much of a deal out of it.
I mean, I do. Okay, so what Chris is saying is San Francisco's playing or practicing this week on a field that is not the same field as the Chiefs are practicing on. The Chiefs are practicing on the practice field of the Raiders, and I don't know how it was that way. I don't know if it was a coin toss. I'm not sure.
I would hope so. That'd be the fairest way to
Right.
do it.
So I don't know, but they're kind of crying a little bit about they got to practice. I mean, you're professionals. Please stop it. You're professionals. You practice on this field. You've been practicing all year. You're good.
I mean,
You're good.
could it be as bad as Soldier Field
No,
sometimes?
come
which is
on.
like
Yeah, exactly.
clumpy and
So
or Heinz Field.
I mean,
or
that's.
whatever it's called now.
I think they're fishing right now for excuses. I don't like
Yeah.
excuses.
I guess just
No,
as long as no one's blown out.
No, I just it was just a point that from yesterday.
and Achilles tendons that can't be that soft.
Right. I mean, they're not practicing full pads this is not preseason. This is you're
Right.
doing walkthroughs.
You're
Not doing anything. You're doing walkthroughs.
And if that field is to continue to get better by day, then it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. Because your first, say yesterday when they had, I mean, I don't know, but I haven't looked into anything today about how it went. But the first day you're not out trying to, run your hardest or do whatever. You're just kind of getting
Right
getting your
now,
wheels
Thursday,
together.
Friday. Well, we're not Thursday. We're only on Tuesday. But
Right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they're doing. I promise you, they're doing nothing. They're walking through. They're going over their scripts. Monday, Tuesday, they might have their pads on. They might not even. I mean, this is Super Bowl, so you're
Blowing
not.
out ankles on that soft field. They're also blowing out their ankles on that soft field, Pat.
I guarantee. I promise you right now, they're not. They're not blowing out their ankles.
I would think the toughest practice
As long as it's not
is
McCaffrey.
Wednesday and Thursday, in my opinion.
Tuesday is usually Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday they kind of calm it down. Friday is 100% walkthroughs, and Saturdays sometimes they.
That's got to be lighter.
Oh, it's
Just
super
because
light.
you don't want anybody getting injured the day before. That could be the end of the season. That's it. Wrong guy goes.
You're not having Christian McCaffrey running up the gut and having what's his name?
No,
Bosa.
he's off getting a massage, getting in the tub. That's where he needs to be. And what about? Did you guys see Joey Bosa talking smack about the offensive line of the
I
Chiefs
did
holding?
not. No, I did not.
What, yesterday?
No, it was a couple of days ago. The reporters asked him, what do you think of the Chiefs in general or something like that? And he just kind of came out with they hold. So
Can you hold?
yeah, that
Every
one guy,
team holds.
the Jawan Taylor. I think they're going to line him up against Jawan Taylor a lot for the Chiefs, the offensive lineman. He's got like 26 penalties in 20 games. He's the guy that holds like all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was a good ploy to call that out now, get it out in the media for the refs to make sure they keep a good eye on it. So
It was a good play. That's smart. That is smart. It's just like alerting the referees, like, hey, you might want to be on the lookout for this.
But
Yeah,
how about
watch this guy. 26 holds in 20 games, or 26 games. He's got some false starts in there too.
I just hope Kansas City doesn't get extra players that happen to be wearing black and white. You know what I'm saying? Because there's been a lot of controversy about just how many calls have went the Chiefs' way, and just I don't know. You know, I just really don't want to see bad officiating during this Super Bowl. I really would like to be able to be like, wow, they did a good job. I hope it is. You know, I don't want to see. I really don't want any controversy in the end of the game being like, oh man, you know,
Right,
that would suck.
right.
You know, I'd rather have it be like, wow, it just, you know, cut. That's the way it was. You know, there's no really discrepancy in it. And I hope it's a close game. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like seeing it come down to like when you're in the last 5 minutes of the Super Bowl, it's still mattering. You know what I mean?
That's exciting.
You know.
Yeah, and I like a ton of points, but I don't think we're going to get a ton of points. But
That's okay.
We'll see.
oh well, we got tots. We're going to eat some tots. I love tots.
Well, we probably won't have tots for you.
But-
Anyways, it says text Super Bowl or Dick Diamond tickets to win 2 free general admission tickets to 219-680-0682. That's my phone number. So which you have to choose the first 2 for each. So if you want to go to the Super Bowl party, do not text it, Stephen. Text Super Bowl with your information. So if it was Steve that had texted me right there, it would say Steve Mitchuson, his email address, and Super Bowl. If you want it to be Chris Karp with Dick Diamond tickets and his email, send it to me. So please send me one or the other if you want tickets to either one, but do not text me both because you're only getting one. All right.
Dick Diamond? When is the Dick Diamond one?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a fair question, Steve.
I'm gonna bring my mom in here. I told my mom about it, but I didn't check the date.
So Dick Diamond is February 23rd. So it's coming up. So it's a couple Fridays from now. I'm not sure, not next Friday, but the following Friday. So February 23rd, Dick Diamond is playing at our place, and that is almost sold out already in terms of tables. We have some general admission still available, but tables are limited. So if you are interested in tables of 4, get on eventbrite.com and get them. If you want general admission,
Or set them up.
or I'm Peanut Gallery over here is telling me, or you can come to Set 'em Up on Thursdays. I'm there Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can come in. I will get you the tickets that you are looking for, and you do not have to pay the Eventbrite fees. So it's like a box office at Set 'em Up in Griffith. I bowl, I stink, but it's fun. So,
and I'd like to thank Kyle from Dick Diamond, because the last time I saw those guys and they played Cotton Eye Joe, I was in my head for like 2 weeks, and I ran into him one day, like at the Grindhouse or wherever we were at, and I was just like, dude, it was like going on for like a couple of weeks in my head. So come out and see the band, and you'll have that in your head for a couple of weeks.
Oh, by the way, I'm glad Chris said about Cotton Eye Joe, but about Dick Diamond. So Dick Diamond, we're gonna have a couple people from Dick Diamond on next week on my podcast. So if you want to come and join us next Tuesday, 7 p.m. On either Facebook or YouTube, and we will have some members of Dick Diamond Band. I'm not sure which ones are going to be there. I messaged Taylor today. She said that she would. Polly Pockets, Polyester. I don't know what the hell her name is. Somebody. Polly Pockets. That's too many margaritas. So, anyways, it's going to be a good time. Chris is the sober one here. So
you probably lost that bet.
That was the over under on FanDuel was. That's funny. That is funny. Anyways, all right. So we're probably talking to dead air right now. It doesn't matter. Everybody, thank you for watching. Please text me if you want those tickets. If you see it later on,
What time are doors at 912 on the Super Bowl Sunday?
4:30 doors on Super Bowl Sunday. I believe the kickoff is at 5:30, so you got an hour before kickoff. We have a good time, and it'll be a fun time. So make sure we have Funny Girl Karaoke starting at Friday at 7 p.m. We start singing at 8. It goes to 11. And then we have Mike and Joe Band on Saturday. They're a great band. They are going to be on at 7 p.m. is doors, 8 p.m. is start time, and 11 p.m. is end. And then, of course, Super Bowl Sunday, 4:30. Come on in. And I have no idea when it's going to end, but it's going to be a good time. So, and you might be able to see Chris, and you might be able to see Steve. We'll see. Maybe bring Dash.
We'll put some live bets on. You know that's going to happen.
In-game betting is the best kind of game.
I probably won't have any money left.
that part where we call it chasing it. Yeah, that's always
But
bad
I don't
idea.
know the song that Mike and Joe were singing, but that was the first time I heard that covered by a local band. They did really good.
I didn't hear what you said.
That song that Mike and Joe played, that you played for them, that was
Yeah,
really good.
yeah.
I don't remember the song, but I haven't heard
Music
that
in
one
You.
covered here in forever.
That tune's like from I'm gonna say like early 2000s or something. But
Yeah.
that's a really really good
Yeah,
tune.
they did that good. I like
And
it.
his vocals sounded real nice in there. I heard that. I was digging it.
Yeah, they're a really good band. Thank you for that. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. This is it was a good time, and we'll see each other next week when we have Dick Diamond and the Dusters on. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a great night.
Good night.
All right, thanks, Pat.